I got this comment on my last video. Not on my last video actually, on the video I posted about scoring of songs. I got this last comment right here, and the person said that he can score songs, but he doesn't know how to teach songs. And I made a promise that I'm gonna make a video on how to teach songs. Now, you can't give what you don't have. Name of that God not have it. How then can you give or teach a song? First, you have to learn how to score it efficiently. Now, no matter the song whatsoever, you have to know the sequence and direction of the song. Is it a verse and a chorus and a bridge, or a verse and just chorus? Whatever, how the song is structured, you should know the structure of the song. Now, having fully known that, how then do you teach a song? I'm going to make this in 3 categories: the personal level, the choir level, and the outreach level. Now, the personal level, at this stage, is just teaching someone, your personal, let's say your brother, a friend, or just 2 people. You're trying to teach them a particular song. At that point, what do? It's not a must that they are vocally inclined or they are musically inclined. Therefore, you're not aiming at whether they are singing the part or not. You're teaching them just the melody with the lyrics. So what you're going to do is just get the lyrics, give it to them, and teach them the melody of the song and how the song is, just like how you know the song. You teach them the song. Alright? That's very simple. Then we go to the outreach. At outreach is when you want to teach a song, it must not necessarily be everything. So you can teach these songs with just the chorus. I see people when they go for outreach, just like they sing the chorus, they're like, repeat after me, and they keep going on with that chorus, and that's what they just sing only. So you can sing a song like, we are your chosen people, king, priest, you made us to be, and you tell your audience to repeat after you. Or with the aid of a projector, they can keep repeating that chorus, and that's how they learn that particular song. At that point, during outreaches, your goal is not to teach them the whole song. You're going to teach them the sweetest part of the song, be it the chorus or be it the bridge. Let's say a song like, you are the Lord Almighty God, ruler of the earth. That song, that choral is the main sweet part people would like to repeat over and over again. So your focus at that point should be teaching them the chorus of that song, the main part of that song. Later on, they may go back to, okay, that song is true. Remember, let me go and listen to it, and they can now learn the full song. But for now, what your focus should be, just teach them the chorus of that song at outreaches, okay? Then we now have the third one, which is the main one, teaching the choir. Now, this is where everything is. And in teaching the choir, I'm going to break it down into several stages. Now, you have choirs that are well sophisticated. They are complete. You have the complete choir with all parts available. At that point, when you come for rehearsals, we all know that rehearsals is not a time to learn a song for a choir. Rehearsals is a time for perfecting a song that has been learned by the choir members individually. So at that point, you want to teach your choristers the song, how it goes. Start by teaching them the melody of the song. For choirs that may not have the time to listen to it, let the song be introduced to the choir in the melody first. All parts should sing the melody before thinking of harmonizing it, panning it, or whatever part of it. Let them sing harmony first. And then insist on excellence. Insist on excellence for your choir, because it is very important. When you see songs that are very sophisticated, know that this song must be done excellently. Like I always say, you have to do a song the way it is or better than the way it is. So it's your choice. Teach your choir the right way. That's for choirs that are complete. Now, you have choirs that are still growing in numbers, choirs that may not have all parts there. Your goal at that point should not be hammering them to learn the whole song sophisticated and technical as it is. No, teach them just the melody of the song. I've been privileged to work in some choirs, or to be in some choirs rather, of different categories. So I know what I'm saying. For instance, you have a choir that is made up of mainly aged people, maybe aged or old people, and people that are not so eager or willing to learn new songs. At that point, your goal should be, for instance, let me bring it down to love word songs. You actually have to go for songs that are very simple. What do I mean? Songs that are just verse, chorus, verse and chorus and bridge. That's just what you need to do, and teach them the melody of the song. You don't have to do the parts basically. Even if you want to do the parts, let it just be the basic parts. Worrying about first inversion, second inversion, modulation, sometimes just need to be cut off. Alright? Also, at some point, you need to pray for these members so that they can actually be well educated about this. Okay? So when you're done with that stage, there's also the choir that is up for growing. If you know your choir is the type that can do it, you see the potential in them, but then they are not actually giving you what they need to deliver, then you have to look right into the intricacies of all the states. Do you guys do your vocal trainings? Because vocal trainings are very, very important. As a choir, teach them, let them learn vocally, and let them have a knowledge of music. Knowledge of music is very important. I mean theoretical knowledge of music. So when they listen to songs, they can be able to be adapting and learning it quickly. Another thing to learn, this is a very important point. In your choir, you should know that there are different people that learn differently with different timing. Some learn very fast, some learn slowly, some you have to repeat time and time and time again. So know your members. Okay, you have someone that learns song very fast, make use of that person, teach that person the song. The person grabs it fastly and then can now help you be a co-teacher. As you're teaching this person, the person that has learned it very fast teaches another person. That makes the job a lot more easier. So when you know your members and know their capacities and their capabilities, then you can know how to teach. So I teach A, because when I teach A can help me teach B and C. Alright? So if you have such people, then make use of them. Also, when you have slow learners that are not actually very fast in learning songs, when you post a song in a week, let's say week 1, expect to do that song week 4 or week 3. Take your time with them, because you need to actually produce excellence. Take your time with them. When you give a song today, you rehearse with them. They have learned the song, but you're not just sure that they will deliver on that same week. What then do? You actually extend that same song for the next week. Alright, so you give like 2 weeks for learning the song or 3 weeks for learning the song, all to make sure that it's perfect, because the spirit of excellence. So we do things excellently. So when teaching them these songs, make sure that you are teaching them their melodies first, because sometimes they may not even be able to sing their parts. I've been in choirs that we learn the parts, but on that day they just sing what's on their mind. So if you know you have such people, don't stress yourself. Focus mainly on teaching them the melody of the song and giving them the theoretical knowledge of music and vocal training. When they are perfect on this, then to learn songs and to harmonize it in their parts wouldn't be an issue. Alright, so I've told you how to teach songs. You teach personally. When you're doing personally, you can just, like I said, just talk to the person and then learn. Doing outreaches, you can also use your books. We have the Songs of Heaven. When you go for your prison outreaches, your school outreaches, you use the Songs of Heaven, you give them the lyrics and they sing along with you. Or you just pick out a part of the song that catches them the more, or that's the main part of that song, and just, sing. And also the choir. And I've talked about the different categories and different types of choirs and how to teach them. Now, if you want to have an effective and efficient choir, that's a whole topic altogether, and I'm going to make another video on this. Alright? So have you learned something or two on this? Now is the time to like, share, subscribe, and comment. What did you learn on how to teach people song, and which part caught you the most? I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.